welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent. And if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get right onto it. Boom! Ripple, Amazon. How long until this goes live? How long until we see breaking news? Amazon goes out there and announces, just how deep they are involved with the Ripple development and training suite. It is incredible what's going to happen once the case settles. That's right. Settle or win. They're the only two options, right? I mean, this thing is going on for way too long. And so, Amazon, all these other organizations which are already working with Ripple, but they just haven't announced it yet, right? Because, well, you kind of don't want to make announcements that you're working with a company that's currently being sued. I mean, that just makes sense, right? So, the settlement is way more than people expect. The settlement is not just about price action. It's not just about, what's going to happen the day that the announcement is made, right? I mean, we all, have an idea, suggestions of what that will look like. But the settlement will be legal clarity and open the floodgates for all the organizations which are already working with Ripple but just kept their mouth shut, and embraced by all these other organizations once the legal clarity is there. That's what the SEC case closing will do. It will just finish the missing piece of the puzzle. And then we're going to see a floodgate open up for the XRP token. Now, when we do look at the current market and what's been going on, and, obviously, Bitcoin and Ripple's XRP weekly technical analysis by FX Empire, very happy to announce that obviously we are above 50,000 for Bitcoin. Happy to hear that. Obviously, it's good news for the entire market when that happens. Not that obviously you guys know how I feel about the Nokia 3310 of the crypto industry. But when we look at the market and we look at FX Empire and what FX Empire is saying about Ripple and what's coming up and what are the resistance levels and what do we have to look forward to, a move towards $1.50. From their perspective, based on these charts, they reckon, it's inevitable for it to happen, right? And, we'll go into that and we'll go into quite a bit of detail. Now we go FX Street, talking about, the price going as well, towards $1.65. So, both news articles are there or thereabouts, with their predictions. Some of them are more detail than others, like FX Street to go into a little bit of detail in one area compared to the other, but both agree 165 is on the horizon. Now, I think once we break out of here on the 4-hour chart, it is going to be monstrous what happens. And it's not, and like I said, it's a question of if, it's a question of when. And once that breaks and we consolidate above it, it will literally be a catapult towards $1.90 very, very, very quickly. Now, please, during these times, I've mentioned it on TikTok today, I'm going to mention it on here. Please don't jump ship while you are seeing other coins potentially rise faster than the ones that you currently hold. Number one. Number two, hold. It's not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but time and time again, history has shown that the people that hold are the ones that win. Not the people that jump ship chasing green candles, not the ones that sell because they're trying to dip and then buy back again. Hold. You do not want to be Greg. I wish I'd kept my 1,700 Bitcoin at 6 cents instead of selling them at 30 cents. They're $8. How is this guy? Somebody send him a letter. Somebody send him a Christmas card. Ouch. You don't want to be that person. And I don't know what you hold, right? So I'm only giving you generalist. This is generalist opinions of the serpent. He's a generalist. But I'm telling you, time and time again, had he held his 1,700 Bitcoins, I'm going to hurt someone now. Look at this. If he had held them, it would have been $85 million that he would have had in his account. All right, that's enough about Greg. So, when we look at the charts and we look at what's going on at the moment, we are heading towards, the $1.70 range. Once we start to catapult out of that 126 to 27 range. We are going to there. Now, in that zone between 170 and 150 is a red zone. That is a support level. We will be keeping a very, very close eye how we handle that turbulence. Moving forward, I know some of you have asked, one of my videos on TikTok went absolutely crazy when someone by the name of Crypto Serpent went out there, put a simple video, straight face, saying 125 XRP January. And it absolutely went wild with people saying you're outrageous, you're crazy, you're a maniac. It was all types of things that were said and done, and some of you agreed and some of you didn't. Of course, most didn't agree. But when we look at history, when we look at the charts, when we look at what has happened time and time again, we need to analyze everything, right? So we're going to take into account what I said yesterday. Only about 25% of Google searches are on XRP right now compared to what they were back in 2017, 2018. We're going to factor FOMO in. We're going to factor SEC case closing, partnership, announcements, CBDCs in Brazil, CBDCs in England, the digital pound. You're going to factor all those things in. Because the biggest problem with people that don't have a long-term vision is they see things for what they are today and not what they are going to be in the future. It's easy when it gets to $20, $30, $50 to say, oh yeah, I always knew it was going to get to 50. It's easy to say that when something happens. You got to say it and back it and believe it before it happens. And based on everything that's going on, all the CBDs, the digital pound, the digital euro that are coming up, and all the things that XRP's blockchain can do and will do based on the relationships that it has around the world, yes, there will be a day that you see a 173 XRP. And comment below, you agree, you don't agree. I want to know what you guys feel about that statement. Moving forward though, short term, what we're doing is we're moving towards 176, 190 range, right? So that's where we're going. We are not going to crack yet the $2 and go above $2 and head towards the stratosphere. Right now, our focus is how do we handle 170, 140, and all those ranges, right? Then we will be moving forward, right? And we will kick off and go off in a big way. Now, should we see a dip in September, I'll keep you updated, right? I mean, traditionally, September is a terrible month in the crypto space, but I'll keep you up to date with what's going on and what's happening. Let's have a look at Atani. Let's have a look at some of the indicators over there. Okay, so as we begin to look at the indicators right now, we can see here on the daily, it is bullish on the MACD, but, that gap has closed quite a bit. When we look at, we jump on the hour, so good to see Bitcoin above 50,000 as well. It's been a while, guys. Now, we can see here that we were at 123, we're going to 125 now. We've been in this range for a while, and this particular range is, it's not going to be, obviously we're going to break out of this, right? When we break out of it, it's going to be fireworks. But we're still in the range, so we're going to be mindful of that. We are starting to see some volume. 4 hours still bearish. When we look at the 12-hour, looking at the 12-hour over here, we can see, it's saying 125. We're looking at, a MACD that is bearish at the moment on the 12-hour. But I think the time has come where the momentum shift is going to happen. So I do think that over the next 24 to 48 hours, we're going to start to see us break out of here and go far into the distance. So it's going to be really cool from an indicator's point of view. Not too much that we can tell, but we're looking and waiting patiently for this break. Once this break happens, it's going to be fireworks. So be on the lookout for that. Let's have a look at some drawings. Okay, so as we begin to look at the drawings, I want to mention this, right? So this particular phase, we're going to be going towards, 550. That's the kind of move that we're going to be doing, right? And so be mindful of this window that we're in, this channel that we're in right now, because it will take us to about $556. Then as we look forward and we move forward right now, right now the most important critical resistance levels are between $1.50 and $1.70. They're going to be very important. We'll look and feel and get a taste for how much resistance is there and what that looks like before we go to 220 and beyond. But the next move after that, so we're going to go probably towards 140, come back down a little bit, and then go towards 180, $2. Then we'll go 2, break above 2, touch back down to 2, and then off we go into the distance. And the distance is looking mighty fine. We got blue skies, no turbulence ahead coming up in the not too distant future at all. And whichever way you look at it, it is double digits by the end of the year. Is it going to be triple? No. I think that's more of a January, February kind of thing. But I'd love to know the comments and your feedback, right? But blue skies ahead, and the switch is going to be flipped. And as soon as that switch is flipped, it is going to be the most explosive thing that you will see in 2021. And literally, the haters will be wiped out overnight. They'll have nothing to say, right? It will be so monstrous, the movement that is coming, that it will literally melt faces. If you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.